1000 lb Sisters star Tammy Slaton's roller coaster life after 500 lb weight loss, surviving carbon monoxide poisoning, losing husband Caleb, and getting engaged to girlfriend Andrea, all before turning 40. It's been 6 years since Tammy Slaton burst onto screens with her younger sibling Amy on TLC reality series 1000 lb Sisters. Yet in that short period, Tammy has gone through more than many would in a lifetime, having nearly died, lost half her body weight, been widowed by her husband, and found love again. She previously revealed that she shares aspects of her life so that others won't feel alone, explaining, "By us putting our stories out there, we're helping others. We're helping others to see that they can lose weight too."
An unlocked iPhone 14 for just $299? This renewed 128 gig model gives you a vivid OLED display, 5G, and the freedom to choose your carrier. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/6 before it's gone.
They thank us for putting our story out there. It's kind of comforting knowing we're putting smiles on other people's faces. Now, as Tammy enters her 5th decade by turning 40 on Monday, the Daily Mail takes a look back at her roller coaster life. It's been 6 years since Tammy Slaton L. burst onto screens with younger sibling Amy R. on TLC reality series 1000 lb Sisters. As she turns 40, Daily Mail takes a look back at her journey. When 1000 lb Sisters first premiered in January 2020, Tammy weighed 605 pounds, while her sister, Amy, weighed about 400 pounds. She explained in the series premiere that she had struggled with her weight since childhood, when she was raised in Kentucky by Mother Darlene alongside siblings Chris, Misty, and Amanda. "We grew up very poor," Tammy shared, "but if we didn't have fast food, the church would give us food. There was 5 kids, so our mum worked 3 jobs. We didn't really get much love and affection growing up. We got told we were stupid, we were lazy. She made me feel like I was no different from anybody else. After my grandma died, food was the only enjoyment we had." Tammy continued, "I've been overweight all my life. By 20 years old, I weighed about 500 pounds. The sisters caught the attention of TLC bosses after they started vlogging about their struggles with their weight, with the premise of their show following Tammy and Amy as they attempted to shed enough pounds to be approved for bariatric surgery. Yet while Amy quickly saw success, she dropped from 400 pounds to 275 pounds by the end of season 2, Tammy was less triumphant. In fact, by the end of the 2nd season, Tammy's weight had actually soared to 665 pounds, and she soon descended on a devastating downward spiral, turning to excessive drinking and partying to cope with her severe depression. Tammy's unhealthy lifestyle left those around her terrified that she wasn't going to live much longer. Her family were even seen discussing plans for her final arrangements during one episode of the 3rd season. It resulted in many wondering if she would ever turn her life around. Things hit an all-time low for Tammy when she was rushed to the hospital and forced to go on life support after suffering carbon monoxide poisoning in November 2021. She suffered from obesity hypoventilation syndrome, a condition that occurs when someone breathes at an abnormally slow rate, which results in too much carbon dioxide and not enough oxygen entering their blood. "They're just telling us that her lungs have given up and like her body is shutting down," Amy said during an episode of the show while discussing the horrifying medical emergency. "So, at this point, we're facing making funeral arrangements for my little sister. She's been in such a bad place for so long. And now that she has the courage to step out and get the help that she needs, now this." Tammy spent 3 weeks on life support and narrowly survived after getting a tube inserted into her chest to help her breathe. The terrifying incident was an eye-opener for Tammy, who was up to 717 pounds at that point, and she decided it was time to head back to rehab for her food addiction. Things started to look up for the star after that, with her brother, Chris, revealing in the season 3 finale that she had lost 115 pounds in rehab. She's increased physical activity, which is amazing. She's able to do more things on her own. A friend of hers told The Sun in early 2022, adding that she quit smoking and drinking cold turkey. Tammy stayed out of the public eye for months, but when she shared a selfie from the rehab center in March 2022, her fans were quick to notice that she already looked fiercely different. At the time, she told her followers that she was staying on track and that things were looking up. 3 months later, Tammy had finally dropped enough weight to undergo bariatric surgery. It was reported that she weighed 534 pounds when she went under the knife, which means she had shed a total of 180 pounds since entering rehab. While in rehab, Tammy found love with a fellow patient named Caleb Willingham, and after getting engaged in the car park of the treatment center, they tied the knot 2 months later. While in rehab, Tammy found love with a fellow patient named Caleb Willingham. He proposed to the TV star in October 2022 in the parking lot of the treatment center, and the two went on to tie the knot 2 months later, during a small ceremony attended by their close friends and family. They have a lot of the same struggles that they can share. They've been a huge support for each other in rehab, which is awesome. An insider dished on their relationship. Caleb, nicknamed Double K, starred on the weight loss show alongside his wife as they battled their chronic obesity. However, it was reported the following year that the two were set to divorce because Caleb was refusing to stick to his diet. The state of the couple's relationship had been the subject of speculation for months, with fans noticing Tammy had removed Willingham's name from some of her social media handles. They split up because Caleb hasn't been following his diet in rehab, a source alleged at the time. He has gained 30 pounds and hasn't been working his program. They claimed Caleb tried to repair their marriage while they were separated, but his efforts were unsuccessful and Tammy was reportedly set to finalize the divorce. In July 2023, Caleb passed away from unknown causes at the age of 40, just a year after their wedding. The pair were believed to be estranged at the time. In July 2023, Caleb passed away from unknown causes at the age of 40, just a year after their wedding. Tammy paid tribute to her husband on Instagram, saying, "Rip sweet angel, you will forever be missed and loved, so much thank you Caleb for showing me real love and happiness." His funeral service was held later that month in Kentucky, and cameras were rolling to capture the private ceremony for 1,000 lb. However, Tammy was reportedly left upset that producers had been forcing drama at her estranged husband's funeral. An insider claimed that Tammy thought, "The filming of the funeral was completely not natural, and things were put in there to make it seem sad when it really wasn't that sad." In addition, the reality star allegedly said, "People were having fun, but TLC producers made it depressing." After her weight loss, Tammy was left struggling with her excess skin, but in 2025 she was approved for skin removal surgery and underwent the A-Tower procedure. Doctors removed over 15 pounds of excess skin from her chin, arms, and lower stomach during the surgery, Tammy pictured in her medical-grade shapewear post-surgery. After her weight loss, Tammy was left struggling with her excess skin. She explained on the show, "The only problem is this excess skin is out of control," and when a member of the crew asked how much she is now, Tammy quickly replied, "Too damn much," Tammy continued. "I get rashes under my stomach and that can get infected. And even though my mobility has gotten better, I kind of have to walk a little bow-legged because it's dangling right there," pointing to in between her legs. "I'm not trying to be nasty," she said before adding, "so I'm hoping I'm ready for skin removal surgery." Tammy's dream came true in 2025 when she was approved for the A-Tower procedure. She told People, "After 6 years and losing over 500 pounds, I was finally approved for surgery. I was just overwhelmed with excitement. I worked really hard for this, and now it's here. I'm pretty sure it was noticeable on my face how immediately shocked and then overwhelmed with joy I was." Tammy traveled to Pittsburgh for her skin removal with plastic surgeon Dr. Peter Rubin at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, and the reality of the procedure hit her the night before. She said, "I was really nervous for the skin removal surgery because I was really just kind of afraid of how I'm gonna feel looking at myself without the belly there. The night before my surgery, I was, seriously freaking terrified. I was even more nervous about having skin removal surgery than I was for the sleeve gastrectomy surgery because they're actually cutting the whole belly." Tammy underwent her skin removal surgery on January 18, when doctors removed over 15 pounds of excess skin from her chin, arms, and lower stomach. The star's complex surgery was documented on 1,000 lb. Sisters, and during the season finale, all of her siblings were in awe of her transformation and praised her for how far she's come in her weight loss journey. Speaking on the show, After the surgery, Tammy said, "It feels so weird not having the ball sack hanging off my face, and my bat wings are gone too. I look down, and there is nothing there in my lap now. It's going to take a little while for me to get used to seeing myself like this." Last year, Tammy announced she was in a new relationship with Andrea Dalton, who she met on a dating app 3 years on from the death of her husband Caleb. After one, followers shared their vision board for a Kentucky Wildcats basketball-themed wedding. The couple marveled at the quirky idea. That same year, Tammy announced she was in a new relationship, 3 years on from the death of her husband Caleb. In April, she spoke about her new budding romance in a confessional preview of the series and admitted she hasn't told her family yet. Tammy said, "There's something I haven't told my family. Amy's not the only one that's been seeing somebody new. I have been seeing someone for the past couple months, and it's going pretty well." She then added, "The person I'm dating is a woman, so I haven't told my family because my family's gonna have something to say about it. I think my family probably has more opinions than the world has a asterisk holes because they be farting so much. A few years ago, I came out as pansexual, but after Caleb passing, I just don't want to be with men anymore. I don't know how my family is going to react when I tell them I'm seeing a woman." Tammy then revealed her mystery partner was Andrea Dalton, who she met on a dating app. Just 2 months later, she surprised fans when she announced that she was engaged and they had started to plan their wedding. Tammy and her fiancé gave an insight into their big day after they asked fans to share some ideas on TikTok. As photos of a basketball court inspired dance-a-floor, cake and sports jersey-style bridesmaid dress were shared on screen, Tammy and Andrea shared their excited reactions. While the couple have yet to announce the date of their wedding, it would seem that they could favor an unusual theme.